Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is day 2, and I'm feeling a lot better today. I think that the whole idea I had with having nothing planned directly in the morning I had to do, and having a full hour of time to just kind of think and process through things, makes it a lot easier for me to wake up. And I only got like 7 hours of sleep, I think, which is not ideal because it took so long to finish yesterday's video. But I'm still feeling pretty good actually. I still feel like I've put a bit of energy, feeling pretty awesome, and I feel ready to take in another day. Today's plan is pretty simple. This is going to be a much shorter video most likely because I also have work today. And pretty much after this recording right here is done, and we heading to the gym. After that, probably read my Bible for like the hour between the gym and when I need to go to work because I have work at 12 and I need to leave around 11:30. And then after work, I'll get home around 5. And then once I get home, I'll probably work on my book some. Yeah, I'm writing a book, for those of you who don't know. And then after that, I'll probably just chill, honestly. I mean, I'll go my second workout, make sure everything else is checked off, and then probably just chill the rest of the day. And then, yeah. Today's going to be a little bit easier than normal because I'm going to be bumping up the video a little bit so that tomorrow I'll be editing this video, and that way it'll be like at the same time on a consistent schedule when I upload. But as of today, I might start a little bit, get a little bit work on and edit a little bit earlier, but I don't need to get the edit finished today, which will make it a lot easier. So yeah, see you guys at the gym. Alright, ready for work. I think technically if I tell you where I work, I have to get permission. So I'm not gonna wear my badge, but I'm sure you guys could probably take a pretty good guess at where I work from, just the uniform. So yeah, see you guys in 4 hours. Hey guys, so I just got back from work about 4 hours ago now, and I was researching creatine, and it seems like a really cool supplement. It seems pretty good for you, and it seemed really generally it had no bad side effects. A lot of stuff about it being bad for your kidneys is false, and it only really causes bloating if you take it in super high doses, and you're prone to that, in which case you can just take less. But then I went to buy it, and that's when I realized on Amazon alone there is literally hundreds of different types of creatine to buy. And now what are you thinking? What do you mean types? It's creatine. You can only have one type of creatine. Well, that doesn't seem to matter now, does it? Because there's 100 different people who are all selling it and want you to buy theirs. And it makes it really hard to choose, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know which creatine is best. I don't really even know a lot about the market industry or anything around creatine. I just want to buy something to use. And I've realized that this same problem, the problem of choice, affects us in a lot of areas of our life in today's world. If you want to go to the store and buy a gallon of milk, all you really want is a gallon of milk. You don't really care, you just want milk. But as soon as you get there, there's 5 different rows of milk. There's no fat, low fat, 1%, 2%, 3%. The same thing applies to eggs, where more expensive eggs, you're not literally torturing chickens, but they're the exact same. The more expensive ones are brown, the less expensive ones are white. But isn't white cleaner? Do we really know? Do the brown ones have more nutrients in them? We know that darker yolks mean it's better, but we don't actually know why. And then gas, there's unleaded, then there's premium, and there's in between somewhere. And it's I'm sure everyone's heard that premium gas is supposed to have better gas mileage, but we don't really know, so we just choose a cheap one most of the time. And it just keeps on going on and on and on, because we live in a day and age where there's so many different choices for everything that we do. And in reality, you think that's a good thing because then we have options, but it doesn't actually help us very much, because everyone hates to think, because thinking is working. If you had the choice between standing in the rain or standing inside, I'm sure that most of you guys would choose standing inside, unless it's really hot or something, I don't know. But in a normal situation, you choose to stand inside. Now let's say you can either stand in the rain, or you can stand inside and do algebra. Now it's a little harder to choose. I'm sure some of you guys are math nerds or whatever, and you still choose algebra or whatever. Oh, I'm gonna change the camera this way because you're just like that. But it's definitely a harder choice still, and that's because thinking isn't really fun. And thinking isn't fun because thinking is working. And is working not fun? I mean, I'm sure most people would just automatically agree that working is not something they enjoy, but like some people generally think in their minds they enjoy working, but you actually don't. You don't enjoy working. You see, if I was to give you the option between sitting in a chair or sit in a chair that hasn't been built yet, would you rather build the chair than sit in it, or just sit in the chair? Assuming that like you don't get to keep the chair or anything, it's just there. You would choose to sit in the chair because why would you work for nothing? Like that doesn't make any sense. And it's just like that with thinking. Why would you think for nothing? You see, we only think and we only work because we think that's going to benefit us. And we think it's going to benefit us because we think it's going to make us happy. So therefore, you're trying to figure out which milk you want the most because you want to figure out which milk will make you happiest. But it really comes down to how much thought is something worth. Is it really worth having the time to think about it? So most of the time, it's better to just try to avoid the thinking, is what it usually comes down to, because thinking too much about something is going to cause more work than benefit, because it's not going to make you happier if you buy 3% from Kirkland instead of 3% from, like, I don't actually know any other milk brands, to be honest, but like a different brand, because they're pretty much the same. It's not going to change your life significantly. Usually the best option when it comes to something that has a lot of choices is just to choose the option that doesn't require as much thinking, because then you never think, and thinking is work which you don't enjoy. And the easiest way to not think about it is to just choose what you chose last time, because last time you thought about it, right? So clearly last time what you chose is probably the best option. The thing is though, is do you actually know why you chose it? Why do you actually buy 3%? Is it because you think it's healthier for you? Do you know that? It's probably not. I mean, technically the healthiest is 0% fat, which tastes absolutely abysmal. The thing I'm trying to explain to you guys is that sometimes you just need to think about it a bit more than you are. Thinking is a skill. The more you do it, the easier it gets. I mean, if you lifted 15 pounds one day, it's going to seem difficult and impractical. But if you do it the next day, it'll be a little bit easier. Next day, it'll be a little bit easier than that. And then give it, like, let's say 3 years, you could just carry it around with you. It wouldn't even make a difference. I mean, like, you could literally carry a 15-pound weight on your body your entire life and just not mind, because you're used to it and that makes sense to you. So the more that you think about things and the more that you try to make informed decisions, the better the choices you make are going to become. Now there's one caveat to that I need to make. I'm sure everyone has heard the expression, don't think, just do. That's not really thinking. You see, what's happening there is you're using thinking as a word to describe procrastination, because you don't feel fully confident in what you're doing, so instead of doing it, you wait. If you're thinking, you are doing, because thinking is work. What's really happening when someone is thinking and not doing is they're not thinking at all. They're doing nothing. They're trying to avoid the problem, hoping that if they avoid it for long enough, it's not a problem anymore. When I was like 13 to 14, I didn't really do a lot of anything because I didn't want to have to put the work into thinking, because it seemed just too difficult. So I spent all my time doing things I already knew how to do, which for my case was video games. But that was because I had become so incredibly weak in my mind that I had become so incredibly weak inside of my own head that I no longer had the strength to enjoy living life, because thinking about anything, like what I'm going to eat for dinner, was too difficult for it to be worth the result. And that's what happens when you go so long without training it. You may think that in order to become more happy, you need to do less work and less thinking, because thinking is work, like we've already established. The truth is, it's not less thinking that's going to make you happier. It's going to be getting better at thinking. And the same like getting better at working as well. That's something I believe very heavily as well. So I want you to, next time you go to like get gas, think about it. Don't just go with the cheapest option. Don't just go with the thing that you got last time. Go with like the thing that's best for you. Do some research, figure it out. Is premium going to be better for gas mileage in your car? Is it going to make your car last longer? It's on the internet. Look it up. It's there. Next time you decide to not think, try to figure out why. Is it because you don't think the result is worth it? or because you want to wait till next time to think about it? Dang, you caught me monologuing. Yeah, today's video is definitely a lot shorter because I spent a lot of the day working, and I was gonna write some of my book. I didn't though, because I ended up wanting to play some Ark Survival Evolved with my cousin. So, no book. I actually do that a lot. I plan time to write my book and then don't write it, because like I like writing my book, but like right now it's like a really boring spot. It's all dialogue, and I'm not very good at writing dialogue. So it's like it doesn't ever really happen. It just kind of is something I want to do. I really should try to work on that. Tomorrow is gonna be pretty interesting because I'm gonna have a friend coming over, and I'm gonna have the entire day free, and I'm gonna be like heading over to my mom's house later tonight. So like it'll be a lot more. I mean, either I won't record anything because I'm busy, or it's gonna be a lot more of like a jam-packed special episode, you know. But yeah, no, just a random day in my life. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.